Hey everybody, welcome to Bad Science Sunday, where we take a comedic approach to debunking bad science over the internet. And today we have with us, oh God, I am so out of it today, Miss Bree. Woo!
Hello. Uh, Thank you for having me back on again. I think I'm doing this just to maintain my record, just to let you know. Like, I have to
Oh
be the most
yes,
frequent guest. It has
most
to,
frequent guest. There are a couple of people
yeah,
that are trying to give you a run for your money,
right?
but you're always my go-to. And I
Yeah, I
don't know,
think,
I feel like I should have renamed this the Boobies Galore Show.
yeah.
But so yeah, you're having a growth spurt over there. Goddamn.
Yes. Yeah, it's
You're
been
gonna show me
kind
up
of
on my own show, god damn it.
uh,
What's up with that?
well, if I have them, I got to show them.
I mean that you know what? That is the big tip motto. Can't fault you for
Right?
that.
I'm
Mandy,
not,
you're looking perplexed up there. Are you I mean you've got an
I
impressive pair, on your own. Just
not
saying.
helpful. Not all right.
All
I
right.
was
Well, I mean, I
I
anyway,
was
don't
gonna try and
hi,
make this show
everybody.
one very conspicuous gray hair I have in my beard, but I can no longer see. But Bree
I
saw it
saw it
earlier. It's
earlier. It
very
exists.
impressive.
He's
Yeah.
not just making it up. I saw it. He found it a minute
the
ago.
one the one gray hair.
The
No, the one
silver hair.
conspicuous one. I've got. It's right there.
They're
It's that one.
blonde.
You see?
Oh my god, no, they look blonde.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this one's white. That one's just straight up white. I guarantee you.
Mm.
I look at how white I am. It takes one to know one.
Well, I mean, you got me there. All
Yeah.
right. Bree, what's the elevator pitch?
Hey, I'm Bree. My channel is the Bree Hive, formerly Hive Sci. If you look up Hive Sci, you'll still bring me up. But the show, the channel, everything we were focused on kind of doing similar stuff like here with anomalous phenomena and claims of anomalous phenomena, largely focused on cryptozoology because that's my favorite, and my background is mostly in animals. So we do a show every Saturday morning. It is 8:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. If you can figure out the rest, but join us. We do it live. It's 3 hours, just goofing around and watching Bigfoot videos and aliens and all kinds of cool stuff. We run some polls that say what we're going to talk about, so you can participate in what we're going to tear down that week. It's just a fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best way to celebrate. Best way to spend a Saturday morning,
Mhm.
definitely. And I'm there even if I'm just listening. But yeah, let's see. But Jason Jacoby is celebrated 30 months.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
I think he's been with the cult the entire time. That's
Oh, hold on. I
insane.
can
Thank
check
you.
that.
What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
was gonna
and
say I can check that, but I can't because I don't currently have a membership gift available. I guess I used it last week or the week before.
oh, a membership chat.
Yeah, so because that's when they pop up, and I definitely have had it the whole time.
Right, yeah. No worries though.
I think Left-Handed Jedi is number two.
I think they're both. I think it's both of them. Like they, yeah, have been like just started month like when we got them and
Yeah,
just
exactly.
never let it expire. Which, I love to see it. Thank you. You got me through some rough months. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the cultists.
yeah. Let's see. Oh God. So we
Well,
have.
here we go.
I found a new person. I love this freeze frame.
Yeah. By
Uh,
the way, I'm starting. We should have done this before the show. There was like a 45-second thing at the beginning, and then another section after that, and I can start at the beginning. I don't know why.
You don't have to. It's just
There
she's
we
just
go.
doing the like an
Oh,
intro, but
yeah. So the channel, the video is huge. Earth shifts are coming. Vertical bar. Why civilizations are reset. The channel is The Alchemist.
and I don't encourage smoking marijuana during this segment, but it will help. I
I
mean, with the symptoms.
Yeah, I don't. Um, you might not want to do this one sober. I'm just saying. I mean,
No.
you could. I mean, that's a thing you could do.
Right? The Alchemist, this channel has 403,000 subscribers,
Yeah.
which is baffling. This video from 5 days ago has 32,000 views.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. By the way, I just want to say this first sentence in the description: do ancient flood myths preserve memories of real cataclysmic events? That is evidence that she knows how to pronounce this word. That will come up later.
At least you know, yeah. But isn't this wild? Like, we'll be lucky to see this on either of our channels. This number of views on our entire channel for a year.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't. Yeah. I don't think I've amassed that many views. Like period. And here she is. She's going to tell us about the shift. Bree, what do you know about the shift?
Well, so the idea is that it's every 13,000 years, which would mean the last time would have been the Younger Dryas. You're talking about the Younger Dryas cataclysm theory, which is linked to a lot of woo stuff, the fall of Atlantis, fall of Lemuria, fall of Tartaria, the biblical flood. It has a lot of connections to it. There are some things that are said to be relic ruins from this time period. That people say the Great Sphinx is this old, or is a relic from this, or they'll say Stonehenge, things like that. But also the link to the extinction of the megafauna, like woolly mammoths, Megatherium, things like that, saber-toothed cats. And a shift in humans. The last time it was supposed to be this big reset that shifted us back to like the Paleolithic. Anyway, there. That's what I know about it.
It's pretty good, actually. Probably more than most of the people here. I don't like.
Yeah.
These are my boob center stage here, not my face. Sorry. All right, there we go.
She got a
Oh, and you know what? I can't see it on this side, but I did notice one thing.
Hello, motherfucker.
In time, thank you for the raid. Thank you for sharing your community with us. Today, we're going to talk about the shift. We are going to shift from the 3rd D through the 4th D portal into the 5D. And we are getting you ready, mentally ready, so that you can, so that you're prepared for the cataclysmic shift. Clistic.
Cataclysmic.
The clitoclasmic shift.
The clitoclastic shift. Yeah,
Okay,
I like
yeah,
that. Make it a hashtag, guys. Bring it up. Go on.
Hashtag clitorgasmic. Yeah.
Clitorgasmic shift.
Clitorgasmic.
I mean, that's just straight up a useful word, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, unfortunately,
show
let's
title.
exit the pause phase.
Clitorgasmic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What? Sorry.
And civilizations to go through a reset are geomagnetic excursions. So, what are geomagnetic excursions?
That's a great question.
Geomagnetic.
Oh yeah,
excursion.
Tap. We're going to be talking about magnets today. You're going to be in your element.
Why?
They're
A
when
geomagnetic excursion is a temporary dramatic shift in the Earth's magnetic field where the poles wander more than 45 degrees from their geographic position.
Over what
You should
period
have
of
known
time?
that.
She does not explain that, by the way. Over
no,
what
she
period
does
of
not.
time? Like, what does it have to be? Because I would imagine it would have to be localized, or it's a thing that like
Yes.
is just what?
I do have a time scale, 1,000 to 10,000 years.
That's short.
That is short.
1,000 years is insanely short for something like that
It's
to
a
happen.
spike. That's a spike on a. It's not even a.
Spiking.
Yeah.
Well, okay, fine.
I wouldn't even call it a shift. I'd call it a spike. Like,
So people like her think that when the Earth shifts, like, and I don't know, she doesn't say it in this video, but a lot of times in the videos, and I know Bree, you've seen the videos where they think the Earth's going to actually do like flip, like when the poles flip, the whole ball just like flips.
Oh
Um,
boy, that'll be fun.
oh
Hang
yeah,
on,
it'll be tons of
everybody.
fun for us in particular. Yeah, and so which is why you have to elevate and be in the 5D. Otherwise, it's going to be orgasmic or catagasmic,
Clitorgasmic.
clitortastic.
Clitorgasmic.
Yeah.
Clitortastic.
Yeah. Well, all
The
right.
word, see, this is what when they say language evolves, this is what we're talking about.
Right. We're just gonna do it real time within 2 hours.
Yeah. Evolution in action.
There you
This
go.
is how you make fetch happen.
Magnetosphere,
Right.
which is our protective shield that shields and repels all of the like solar activity that would normally be highly cataclysmic to.
There we go. There it is.
Cataclysmic.
I looked this up. Even YouTube's captions are showing it with a T here. I looked it up. I don't think it's a word. And it's definitely because the thing is, the word if she means cataclysmic, that makes total sense with what she's trying to say. Like that word makes absolute sense. I don't think cataclysmic is a word. I looked it up. Are you guys seeing something different?
No, yeah, I'm looking it
So
up, and it was like,
so I
did
want to
you mean
say,
cataclysmic?
Yeah. So I'm
so
shocked.
this
YouTube's
the word that's coming up on the screen right now is not. It's not
I don't
the
know
word she's
how-
saying. She's saying a hybrid of this word and that word.
No, if you
this word
change
is
this T to an
cataclysmic,
if you change this T to an M, it's the correct word. It is.
Why is this in Google's like dictionary?
It's because it's a different cataclysmic means it's the cataclysmic means it's the catalyst. Blah.
Oh,
Catalyst.
Okay,
That would be catalytic.
Oh,
There's
yes, that's right.
there's no second C. This C right here would
Yeah.
not be in that word.
right. Yeah.
This is very.
I don't know. I'm looking. I'm trying. I'm like I cannot find
I didn't expect YouTube to
Reddit. Somebody
endorse
has it on Reddit. But
Well,
even
I
Urban
mean, yeah,
Dictionary, even Urban Dictionary is redirecting me. I'm like,
You know what's wild? This stream could produce enough content to support an Urban Dictionary entry. Like us, what we're doing right now.
okay, Jillian is saying that she what do you call it? The auto caption does not exclusively use real words. All right. Well, case in point.
Fair enough.
Or at least at the very least highly detrimental to the Earth's atmosphere. Well, the magnetosphere shields us from that. And so
what she's describing is the fact that the Earth's magnetic field shields us from solar radiation and stuff, just zapping us all to death. This is true.
This is true.
geomagnetic excursions are when our magnetosphere is down. It's like down to like 5 to 10%, which is like super low and super
That is
weak.
not what that means. No,
That's
I
not what
just
that
read you what
means.
that means a minute ago. It means when there's a dramatic shift in the Earth's magnetic field where the poles wander more than 45 degrees from their geographic position.
That-
It's when the poles wobble.
Yeah, that is probably accompanied with a dramatic change in strength, in field strength, upwards or downwards, probably downwards.
Well, there's going to be localized differentiation.
Oh yeah.
between what it
Also,
was.
we often think of the Earth's magnetic field as being a nice clean dipole. It's not. It's a lot more complicated. It's definitely. Like, you're not lying if you tell people it's mostly a dipole. It is mostly a dipole. But
Oh, actually, and I'm going to stand corrected because it drops 0 to 20%. It doesn't have to drop at all for it to be a shift, though.
yeah, it
But
can,
generally
it
it
can
does.
move around. It can. Yeah, that's totally. We still don't understand everything about the Earth's geomagnetic dynamo, because what you have is a ton of rotating molten metal that has magnetic field lines going through it, and rotating molten metal, or flowing molten metal, also like produces and interacts with magnetic fields in a very complicated way. And all of this is exactly why Balrogs exist and why I am an anti-magnetologist.
What did you say? Balrogs? Like from Lord of the Rings?
Balrogs exist because they are spawned out of geomagnetic singularities. That's me doing the bit, people. Okay,
Excuse
that's
me,
not
are
me
y'all
doing
with the
actual-
cult?
Sapphire Light, the plushy sorceress, has been a member occultist, for 23 months. Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying your tapioca weasels, your nitties, and vaginas.
You can't walk that back, Vandy. Just saying. The Balrog
I don't have
thing.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens. You could think of it as us not having that shield there, and now we're exposed to a bunch of solar activity, solar radiation, solar rays, and solar flares. And imagine them for like anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 years just bombarding Earth.
Well, see, there she did go. 1,000 to 5,000 is close enough to 1,000 to 10,000, which is what you said earlier about the excursions, that I, in my role as the person who always manhandles these people into saying something not totally incoherent, think that that's what she meant, obviously.
Obviously.
Okay.
God.
Well, we'll give her that. I'm willing to be charitable on this stuff, but based on the title of the video, I don't know how long I'm going to maintain that charity ability, though.
Well,
to the point where that drives any civilization remaining that either was aware that these events were going to come, or they were building very elaborate and intricate underground channels, cave-like cities that we would consider today bunkers.
What?
Is it the reptilians?
Oh, with the well, the underground. Okay, so part of me wonders if she's talking about, like, there's a lot of underground cities that we see, like in the Middle East, for instance. But yeah, another part of me wonders if she's talking about like the underground tunnels that supposedly exist under the Sphinx and the Great Pyramids. That the oh God, that the nothing. She's talking about nothing.
I wrote it in script. Look how beautiful that is on
It's
the lower
gorgeous.
level, right?
It is gorgeous. Yeah, that the reptilians and the what do you call it? The
Anunnaki?
those white
Anunnaki.
people that Hitler was looking for.
The Aryans?
Yeah, the Aryan, the true, pure Aryan race that is in the inner Earth. I'm wondering. I never know where they're going with this.
Are we going?
And then
Let's go
even
inner Earth. I hope so.
after that, we
don't,
have like some sort of foreknowledge, rather forewisdom, that allows some people to take precautionary measures against these geomagnetic excursions. And those precautionary measures would be building some sort of structure, whether it's an infrastructure or a spiritual infrastructure.
Spiritual infrastructure.
Is she saying infra or info? This
this
might be
is
me
a-
reading into it and not being charitable to her because she doesn't deserve it. She gets all the words wrong.
I was just talking about being charitable.
It sounded like she said infrastructure. I'm like,
This is what I'm saying. Which I can imagine that being a word, but I think she means infrastructure, which I'm not sure is it's enough of a word in this context, like that like I can extract potentially useful meaning from it. I'm not extracting any useful meaning, but like potentially I could.
I don't know what to do with infrastructure.
Well, yeah, I mean, so like the headquarters of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that would be an infrastructure
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Bree, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
or data.
I was just trying to say, is spiritual infrastructure a thing?
I think she's trying to make that happen.
Yeah,
So
I
if
mean,
there-
is that what a church is?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, I could make an argument for
Yeah.
for spiritual infrastructure.
Or like
Um,
the hierarchy of the representatives, like the different
Yeah, you
levels
got like
of
deacons and like ecclesiastics,
bishops and
and bishops and um, you know,
friars,
the apostle David Taylor.
high wizards.
Yeah.
Are there any religions that still use wizard? I wish there was. I think the Ku Klux Klan kind of ruined
Yeah,
that
that
for
a
everybody,
grand
right?
wizard, but thankfully I took off the cone-shaped thing off my head already.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
just that
orange, so I feel like I'm still all right, but
they ruined it for because like for nerds, because nerds like wizards, and now we can't use wizards in anything.
you can still use wizard. You shouldn't use grand wizard.
Like, you know
Grand
how-
wizard
you
is
know
a
how-
bad
you should have
idea.
ran
You know how like
wizards,
the Star Wars nerds, they get to use like, oh, I'm going to start a Church of the Jedi and stuff. Like, I can't go and be like, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and I want to start a Church of the Wizards without it being like people being like,
No,
That's
you
not-
totally can't. The wizards
It's-
in the Lord of the Rings have a particular name, and I can't remember what it. Oh, people in chat are screaming it already. I'm sure, but I don't remember what it is.
probably.
witches.
Yeah.
I like witches better anyway, but
There,
Witches are cool.
they're not.
Witches are really cool, yeah. But for $2, Sinister Porpoise says, Athena Porpoise is a huge fan. I believe Athena is her kitty. So, yeah, we are also a huge fan of Athena.
Oh yeah, that's what would be the Church of the Astari. That'd be nice.
Astari,
Ah.
exactly. That's the word. Astari. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. There's chat called it.
Mhm.
People
Way to go,
screaming
chat.
it in the chat.
When in
a
doubt,
spiritual
yeah.
structure to the person's light body. Whatever it may be, it was all of the above. It was both physical structures, that's where we get many of our esoteric myths. This is the number one way that they're actually preserved, because many people don't know about geomagnetic excursions or about
The number one way that these myths are preserved is via the mechanism of geomagnetic excursions. You're gonna have to actually connect that to a way in which the myths are preserved, right?
I mean, and she's talking about a lot of shit. We're talking about every myth that ever existed, or like every, even like genre. So we're talking about everything that the Romans believed, everything that the Greeks believed, everything that the Nordics believed, everything that the Christians believed, everything the Muslims believed. Like, are we like all of the myths can be summed up this way?
Or Canolas Todos.
Of fitting this cycle or whatever, especially the flood myths and things like that, like cataclysmic disaster myths.
Cataclysmic.
the 13,000 year resets. They don't know about 26,000 year, the Great Year. But what they
So is 26,000 year does that actually line up with one of like the Milankovitch cycles or something? I feel like 26,000 might actually be relevant.
No, it's the grand year, right?
I think the
Which-
Milankovitch is more like 200,000, isn't it?
It's one of these astronomical like precession, but like there are several of them that are of various strengths, and you might be totally right. But I think 26 is more correct than like 27
Is
or
it?
25.
I thought
I could
that
be wrong
was-
though. I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
A 26.
Great year is the 26,000. Yeah,
I just said that.
I know.
Yeah.
I was agreeing with you. I was
For a
saying mine was right.
a grand year or a great year or a platonic year. The massive cycle caused by Earth's axial precession. So it's like going through all the zodiac signs, and I think it's the axial. Yeah, it's like
The wobble.
the amount of time that it takes the wobble to go around once.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. It's basically how long does it take for Earth to go back to pointing at Polaris
Yes.
after it stops pointing at Polaris?
Yeah, exactly. And I learned I don't know, because I follow a lot of astrologers. They always talking about, and probably what she'll be talking about too. They call it the precession of the equinox. And so it's like how long it takes. Like right now we're in the age of Pisces, and so 26,000 years from now we'll be back into the age of Pisces. And
I thought I thought she was about to say that we're in the age of Aquarius, but
I don't know if she actually talks about the ages here, but like just so people kind of understand what we're talking about, both in astrology and astronomy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
or
are these are actual. Well, I mean, I don't know about
it's a
astronomers talking
thing.
about
No,
the age
yeah.
of, but
Well, not ages, but yeah,
yeah,
it is 26,000 years for the Earth to spin,
it,
the axis
it,
to spin
yeah, exactly.
ish.
And the equinox is a like we think of the equinox as like a date. The equinox is also a particular uh astronomical configuration, and it's basically the Earth has a rotation or an orbit, and then it also has a rotation which is at an angle with that. Those two things intersect at 2 points. Like they end up lining up because when you have a disk and another disk that are overlapping, that's what happens. And that direction of one of those points is defined as the equinox, and it points at a particular constellation of the zodiac, because that's also the same disk that defines where the sun goes, and it goes through the 12 constellations of the zodiac. This isn't mystical. This is just happens to be how we started keeping track of it. So there's a lot of trigonometry involved, and the ancient people were extremely sophisticated in how they thought of it. And now flat earthers exist.
Well, I mean, like a lot of what we learn with astrology or astronomy was rooted in some form of astrology, like the names of the planets and the wandering stars and how they move.
Yeah.
It's just the meanings that people put behind it.
Right.
That was like kind of, if you parse that out, it's actually they're telling you true things about what you can see in the sky when you look up.
Well, yeah, and it says a lot. Like they, what do you call it? They take concepts, and with the New Age community, a lot of it is concepts that are in not string theory, but theoretical physics and
Quantum mysticism.
quantum mechanics. Yeah, quantum mythicism is probably the best way to describe most New Age groups right now, where they're taking concept in quantum mechanics, not understanding it at all, and trying to extrapolate that onto I don't know, to make whatever's going in their head make sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just add Molly.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't even say they're taking the.
And same thing here, where it's like, yeah, there's a precession of the equinox. That means this is true.
Or that there's a catastrophe coming, but there's always a catastrophe coming. It's like wars and rumors of wars. It's and
Right.
Floods.
Wars and rumors of wars.
Or in this video, floods and rumors of floods.
Right? And like.
But for $2, Jester says,
okay.
Now that's dingo. Thanks, Jester. I like it when Jester's here. Jester has his own emoji. We love good Jester.
Hi, Jester.
Are stories, very popular biblical stories about certain cataclysmic events.
Well, it got it wrong this time.
And when we connect those two,
Can we talk about like which cataclysmic? There's a couple in the Bible. Can we? What are we tying these to?
Certain ones, Maya.
Oh, right. Yeah, she did say that.
Maybe
It is the flood. Yeah, I mean that's.
But there's also the one that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
There's a couple. So I'm just wondering. There's there's quite a few things that destroy a lot of different people groups in the Bible. So I'm just like, wait, Revelation. It's pretty cataclysmic.
The plagues.
Yeah, all the plagues. The plagues in Egypt, like they're like kind of cataclysmic. I'm just saying, it feels like she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Or what about that zombie plague that happened when Jesus came back? We don't even talk about that.
Right? Yeah. No. Even what's his name? Mike Winger didn't even was it Mike? No, somebody else. Was like, I don't know if that really happened. Then they got fired.
Pretty sure they only like to talk hashtag not all Christians. Um, but that's strain, the Mike Winger strain, you know. They like to talk, they like to cherry pick their verses that denigrate marginalized groups and women in particular. Um, and you know, Brie, proud
Cyclic
trans
hone that.
woman.
Thank
I
you.
I don't know. I kind of I hate that the whole thing like with the trans community that's going on in the trans community is just like kind of, and I know it's on purpose so that it looks like they're just focusing on the trans community, but I think we're not really focused enough on how what's going on in the trans community negatively affects like fucking all women.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, genital checks are outside of bathrooms are not fun for anybody involved, for society in general.
I mean, and you know, as a black woman whose group is being probably I can't say most affected, but outside of the trans community, certainly most affected by the bathroom checks. I've seen quite a few lesbians. I guess what would it's not PC, but like you know, butch lesbians. It's like,
No.
oh, you have short hair and you're wearing baggy clothes. I can't tell if you're a man or not. You know, show me your genitals. Like this is ridiculous. But again, that aside, they're trying to take away your bodily autonomy yet again, and it's
Do
I
they
don't know.
think that they're
These are the
making a
verses
viral?
that they like to cherry pick out of the Bible to demonstrate. And, you know, having, you know, 500 dead people come out of their graves to witness the resurrection of Christ. I don't think they care about it. It's just like, we're going to force our Christ on you. And we're going to cherry pick verses that we say demonstrate why we should be able to. And I'm not convinced that she's read the Bible.
Is that how this knowledge has been most popularly preserved is through the literary device of our holy text.
I thought it was through the magnetic reversal. Okay.
I would like, okay, so like here's my issue. She's saying a lot of things, and she's showing a book that it could be the Bible, it could be a tale of two cities. I don't. Wait, it's like there's nothing. She's not giving us anything. She's just saying our holy text. Is it just the Bible? Is just the Bible the holy text? You're talking about like all of these religions throughout the centuries.
And the oldest holy text that we have of any group that I would call a text would be less than 8,000 years old or so. And if this stuff we're talking 13,000 years ago, then there's a big old time gap in there that we should.
Oh, she is going to address that part. I don't know. After a lot of
No
things that have been
spoilers.
going on. Yeah, after a lot of things have been going on in the community, I'm just like not a fan of people making claims that they can't back. Like, okay, if you're going to say that there are holy texts that are stating this, like I'm going to need the book, the chapter, and the verse. I'm sorry, Vandy, have you found a word?
I think that this says the Starks. That's definitely the word "the" right there.
Yeah,
and I think that's the word "Starks." So
I see an
think
ST.
this, right?
I don't
This is
know.
my point. I think that
It's definitely not a Bible.
copy. I think this might be a copy of Game of Thrones, you guys.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
So
Today, you will find some story, some version of the same exact myth.
that can you be more weasel wordy? I say this with love.
Yeah, so I'm sure the entire chat is thinking, it's like, yeah, well, I can think of things in my head that could corroborate that statement. But I mean, this is her goddamn video. There was 34,000 people have watched this, and she can't name two. She can't name two. I can think of four myths that are similar to one another. But
Right.
like,
it's like a sharpshooter kind of fallacy sort of approach to it. Like everything that connects, we're gonna group together and we're gonna throw all the rest of the stuff out, unless it has something else we can connect later on. Then we'll bring it
it's
back.
like well, I know, it's like, well, you're probably thinking of this and this, but here's why it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work? Well, then I didn't say that, so it definitely wasn't the thing I was talking about.
Only it's not a myth. It's literally history being preserved through the vehicle of parables
Terrible vehicle to preserve history through.
being
And
used
well,
through.
so here's the thing: it's not necessarily not a true thing. Like we build myths around real people,
Yeah.
but that doesn't
It doesn't preserve it very well, does it?
right. It's more of a distortion of who they were than who they really like. Look at that,
Yeah.
like just modern myths, like George Washington, Christopher Columbus, people like that, and the mythology that we grew up with compared to the historical documentation that we have of these people.
I
And I think that's kind of what she's getting at, actually. It's just like, well, we have George Washington, and he was a real guy, but we have this myth of him chopping down a cherry tree, and so we have to find the truth within the myth. And I'm like,
isn't like appreciating the subtle differences between the literal stuff and like the cultural aspects of it, like what Jung did. I could be wrong. I don't know. I
No,
never
I don't
studied
think
Jungian.
no, I don't think you're wrong. I'm trying to. I don't know. I've got thoughts in my head, and then I'm like, okay, well, I have to redirect to get to the thought in your head.
Yeah.
I'll just let you explain what you mean.
What I mean is I feel like what like Carl Jung, as I understand it, having never read any of his works, I'm being very ultra crepidarian here. He was trying to talk about like the idea of important narrative archetypes. Narrative archetypes are like an important thing. Unfortunately, nowadays, the person who is most fond of talking about this is the disaster that is Jordan Peterson. But the concept is not necessarily like nationalistic. The concept can, I think, help have explanatory power for how tropes and narratives persist throughout history. That does not mean that George Washington chopped down a cherry tree.
Yeah, oh my God, it's been so long since I've had to read anything from Young. But yeah, I mean, oh, right, and then there's that. As we're talking about like architects, types and schemas, I'm gonna pull out of that actually.
Okay.
Because we're talking about literary works, so I think it's not gonna fit.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
I mean, but like historical fiction might be something that fits, though. That's the problem now. We're in recorded history. It's harder for these myths to grow like they used to before when we were writing stuff down. When it was literally word of mouth, it was all you got to know about this person. That's why we have like Christ figures that do all these different things that are like, and not just Christ. I mean, there's figures from Greek mythology. Hercules did his 12 feats and stuff. You just take something that a whole bunch of different people did, and as a way to preserve it, they cram it all into one package and say it. All these things that happened here in this place, and it's part of our history and part of what our hero or what our savior or whatever did, and build a character on that. Is that a better way to preserve them in history? I don't like King Arthur's another great example of stuff. Someone who did a whole bunch of different stuff that probably was done by multiple historical figures. But,
oh yeah, there are a fuck ton of people like that where it's just like, we really like this guy, we're going to deify him, and which it's great, but like I don't know, she just doesn't seem like that, like a historian to me. So I think she's kind of listening to what she's heard other people say, and then she's like, okay, this sounds good, let me wax poetic about this topic, and gain 34,000 views.
right, yeah, it's just like grab bagging different people's culture and just cramming them all together trying to make a cohesive narrative out of it.
Right. I mean, it's bad. Like, I mean, if it were, it's not really worded the way I would expect a chatbot to word a script, but it's about as vague as I would expect to have come from one.
You're right. Yeah.
our history. And even though it's heavily distorted and manipulated history by the time we get it, there's still like these little gems, little diamonds of truth. And then it's up to us to really shift through everything and understand what is true,
Sift, not shift.
what's
But okay.
not, and gain the discernment to understand if there's any pieces that we could put together. And when it comes to geomagnetic excursions and resets, the number one thing that we can look at is a flood story. Every civilization has
here
a
we
flood
go.
story.
Oh, gee.
Every civilization.
All of them.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm willing to bet that pretty much every civilization does have a flood story. They don't all have ones that we've recorded.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure every civilization has heard of flood stories.
Right? Exactly.
I think that, I mean, I've heard a lot of flood stories. They don't sound anything alike. And I think what she's going to get to is like the trope that we have all heard, where it's just like, oh, that means there was one great flood. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I read about 3 floods yesterday. Like, I don't.
You know, it's and during the Younger
God.
Dryas, when we were coming out of the peak of the Ice Age, we're still in the Ice Age. We're not out of it, but when we were like when things were warming up and starting to thaw, there were cataclysms. There were floods where glaciers melted and released huge glacial lakes into the land and caused massive floods, and where seas drained and seas filled, and the Mediterranean used to be dry and it was filled in around that time, or drier, I should say.
Yeah, was there a cataclysmic like dam breakage that led to it like filling up?
The Mediterranean?
Yeah. I've heard of that, but I don't know if that's actually something that people agree definitely happened.
I mean, I think that's the speculation is at some point, like at Gibraltar, it spilled over, right?
Because, I mean, you look at a map and you're like, oh, well, if this just, like, was squished together a little bit, then suddenly you have this enormous inland sea, which, if it's 3 feet of difference, the amount of, like, water transfer that would happen if you broke that dam would be enormous, and you probably wouldn't even necessarily notice it all that much unless you had a backyard on the Mediterranean.
Yeah, I mean, if you had coastal property, you might notice over time. But the Mediterranean got pretty low on water there. It was an inland sea, like I believe an isolated inland sea for a while.
Yeah.
And then the Sahara used to be green, and you could grow cereal crops there and stuff. So. The not that long ago, it was a very different place, and there were different climate events and
Yeah, no, like seriously, not that long ago. Like so, not long. Was it was it Troy, where there was a city that was like we thought was a myth, and
it's Troy. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You
and
did
then
think
there was
Troy was a myth, yeah.
yeah, and then they were like, no, it would be over there, and then they like went scuba diving, and it's like, lo and behold, there used to be a city right here, like a fucking city that is now underwater that people thought was a myth.
It's underwater?
And
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I didn't know Troy was underwater. I thought it was like on a coast.
I thought it was just like lost. Because
no, there was
yeah, okay.
it's been more than I don't know. Chat, can somebody help me out? Maybe it's not Troy, but there've been a couple of cities that are like now underwater. Like they went scuba diving and came up with like.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen videos, the ones in Southeast Asia where there's cities that are now underwater.
Yeah,
I mean the Maldives in 200 years, right?
Oh
like,
yeah, India. There were a couple. Yeah, there was one in India that was in the news not too long ago. I say not too long ago. It might have been pre-COVID, but like, just listening to what you. No, Jer, not Atlantis.
not
Majestic
not Atlantis.
Did say the Mediterranean Sea went dry between 5.96 and 5.33 million years ago during an event called the Messian salinity crisis. That's what I was talking about with the Mediterranean almost drying out.
No, yeah, there's a lot of a lot of what do you call it?
That was probably crazy.
It had like a Great Salt Lake in the middle of it.
But yeah, I mean,
basically
I want to
dead.
say like most of the coastal areas right now that like aren't on like not like I don't know, like the continental shelf, like they weren't like so that far down, but like they were still on the continental shelf, but are now underwater.
Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah.
There's been a lot of cities, that have been found underwater, under those waters, and um, it. Then I don't know.
Doggerland. Oh my gosh, Doggerland.
Doggerland is another one too. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is, but I'm pretty sure the last time I learned anything about it was a Milo.
Oh, you're kind of underwater. Can you say that again?
I think the only thing I know about Doggerland I learned from a Milo video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
It was basically
seems like the kind of thing he would cover, right?
Yeah, it's a story about the other half of Europe that now sits under the North Sea. It's like the whole, and it's not like a long time ago. This is when people
No.
like during the Copper Age, when people had
Seriously.
copper
So
tools.
So yeah,
and
when
stuff.
Doggerland was above water, it would have been all these other cities too. Like it would have been around that time.
But stuff like that could be inspiration for the narratives about surrounding Atlantis or Lemuria and stuff like that. But it does not mean that Atlantis is real. It means that Atlantis can be based on a Mediterranean island that was above sea level and one under sea level and had a city on it. Or
it could have been. It also could have been a complete narrative creation.
Well, Atlantis certainly, but there's just been a lot of cities that are like that. But,
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that are probably spurned a lot of flood. They were probably flood stories that gained some traction and became flood myths. And, here we are. And I'm not saying that there's no truth to them, but to say that, therefore the biblical flood story is true.
yeah.
I mean, and again, I'm not going to say, I believe that there was like a huge flood in that area, and I believe that it took out a lot of their known world. I'm just not, I just don't think it took out of all the world.
Yeah, because physics. Right?
For $2, my unfinished journey says, "Hail Maya, Tap, Bree, and hail witches." Yeah. These are facts. I'm just going to say these are facts. Everybody listen to Journey. He's very wise. Oh, but also for $2, the Sinister Purpose says, "Is she an unholy union of Morg and Jordan?" Wow. That's... wow. I can't dispute that.
She's less organized. She has a less of a through point than they do, I think.
Morg is very organized. He has like a whole thing going on there. Jordan,
he ends up having a continuity to his videos because he edits them and creates them, and that process enforces some level, it's a weak level, but some level of coherence that she, as somebody who's just reading the script, does not have.
It's just clearly they all have scripts.
That's not a problem.
I didn't think anybody could have less, like, just could come through less coherently than Jordan. But this is like vagueness to a really high level.
You don't think other people... We'll have to talk about this later.
Okay.
We're talking about Hans Wormhat.
Because it's actually regarding this 13,000-year cycles that we experience. So,
a lot of those flood myths are
you're underwater again. Sorry.
A lot of those flood myths are premised on a model of history that doesn't go back 13,000 years.
History doesn't go back 13,000 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I clearly a lot of the stories that we get predate written history, but like to say that I don't know how you would date them past written. Past written history, really.
my understanding of how history is generally defined in academics is that it is in some way, shape, or form written. Like,
Mhm.
otherwise it's prehistory. If it's before any writing existed, I could be wrong, but
It's
No,
like
I mean, I hear you. I think that there are a lot of stories, like, well, just thinking in the Bible specifically, like you get this time period where I think we were talking about that when me, Kip, and Professor Parks were on, and I was talking about does do I believe the Bible authors believed that the Earth was flat? And I'm like, at the time that it was written, I don't believe that literate people didn't have because we were seafaring at that point. So to say that they had no idea that the world was round, it makes no sense. I don't think that was the point of the story. I think the story came from a time when they did. When was that? I think that was pre-written history. I think they were just writing down their traditions that started in prehistory. Um, but yeah, trying to date that. That's like an example of what I'm saying. Trying to date that.
Yeah.
It's like I,
You
you know,
have to have some sort of artifact, and then
right.
you date the artifact, and if the artifact is a reflection of a pre-existing tradition,
Yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, no, I do believe a lot of traditions date back prehistory, but
yes, yeah.
outside of that, like what more can you say about it, right?
Probably they don't go back 10 million years.
well, so there's a couple of ways you can look at history versus prehistory too. I mean, I like the school of thought that it's localized. That the area you're from would have its own line between history and prehistory.
That makes sense.
Otherwise, when you're saying like the first time anybody ever wrote anything down, that's
That's very blunt. That's a very blunt tool,
Right.
and I completely agree. I think that it's one of these things that makes it everything is local.
yeah, it's like how different cultures entered the
Mhm.
Stone Age or the Iron Age at different points in their development. And some of them skip ages, but I don't see a reason why we should hold the way that records are kept by one people group in comparison to the other,
Yeah.
as one counting as history and the other
Well,
not counting as history
they're
because
both,
of the way
yeah.
it's documented.
If you've got both, they're both. Yeah, if you've got the documents, it's history, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, and a lot of people are saying that in the chat too, where it's going to be different depending on the area, and
Yeah.
that's fine. Like for
Yeah.
instance, oh, what do you call it? All the like I think I can't remember when the Hindu records started, but like
Real early.
clearly, well, the when they not started, the written records are really recent, but the
Oh,
traditions go back centuries, millennia, right? So you really do. I mean, it just for a number of reasons, and a lot of times they didn't want to write them down. Like there's just it really depends on, yeah, the culture and the thing that you're talking about within the culture. Some things were written down way before others.
yeah.
How does
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry. For $2, my unfinished sock says, "Don't take geomagnetic excursions," like Sharon said. Oh, that is
I
sound
feel.
advice. Thank you.
I also feel like we might be getting called out for going on too many tangents.
No such thing.
No magnetic excursions in this economy.
that have to do with floods? Because back to geomagnetic excursions. When the
Hey,
magnetosphere's
come
shield
full
goes
circle.
down or goes like very, very low, what happens is a bunch of solar flares, a bunch of solar activity starts bombarding the terrain here on Earth. And
if the magnetosphere gets very weak, then yes, that will happen.
that causes massive deluges, aka floods. So the deluge
No, that would not cause floods. Those would not be correlate. I really genuinely struggle to think of a way in which flooding at a geological scale could possibly be correlated with the magnetosphere and solar radiation. Those two things do not occupy the same area of physics. I could be wrong.
Look, far be it for me to tell you you're wrong about physics. Where's Leo?
I think Leo would agree with me. I would be really surprised if Leo disagreed with me. I mean,
No, I just said I would not tell you that you were wrong about physics. And then I looked for someone who
yeah,
will.
yeah. No,
I don't
you're
have
right.
the
Okay.
credentials to argue with you, sir. So I'm gonna let you have that one.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
You're
It's just
underwater.
for 12 months. It's a full year. And she says, I can write a message. So nice I'm not broken. Marion, love having you here. Hope you're doing well.
Finally.
And please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties, and vaginas.
Al, go to sleep. What are you? Come on.
No different from this 13,000-year cycles that we're experiencing. They're a part of the same story. It's just many things have been left out on purpose. Many things have been lost because, once again, we have civilizations that are trying their best to preserve knowledge to warn future civilizations, but much of the knowledge gets suppressed anyways, simply because...
Hey, whoa, citation needed.
If you can't know citations, the citations are suppressed. Are you not paying attention, Maya?
No, I need citations. What is this guy doing? Is he trying to warn us?
Well, I mean, I gotta say,
like
this guy has a lot of
There's a lot of
writing
Why
going
is he
on.
The
writing on a scroll?
pre-Gutenbergian printing press. It's a pre-Gutenbergian printing press. He's putting down lines of symbols.
That is a really great way of describing just, handwriting things. As like what they're not handwriting things. What they are doing is emulating a pre-Gutenbergian
No, they had
printing press.
stamps. They had little stamps that they used. It wasn't just writing.
Did
they did write
Western
stuff.
authors?
They
I
did
don't
write
think
stuff too, but like this, they had stamps like you see the big letter in the top corner where they have the stamp that they put on,
Yeah.
and those serve practical purposes too. They keep the page alignment and everything so that when they make the copies of it, they can just have every one of them look exactly the same.
I want to know what's going on with this particular scroll right here. Right?
It's in the middle of falling down because of reasons. I don't know. Maybe a ghost pushed it out of its little cubby there.
I want to know what's with the little dark cabinet. It seems kind of ominous back there in the back.
Oh, like is he?
Right there.
Yeah, no, it's just open and it's dark. There's no light in the cabinet, Brie. God.
Yeah, but what if the devil's in there? This is a Germanic woodcut. The devil's got to be down
probably
there somewhere.
Well, obviously the devil's back there. What do you think he's warning us about? It's like it's your first day. For $5, Jester says, as a man with serious disabilities, you're here. You're perfect. I deem you perfect, Jester. We've been through this. I am honored to go down with Bree and the patron saint of woke bitches. But that weasel, you're right to question the weasels. He's sus. That's for sure.
Questionable weasels.
Yeah.
That could have been the channel's name too. It was kind of up in the air. It was either or. Questionable weasels.
Sounds like a great new tier. He doesn't like the magnetologist. Maybe I'll rename the tier. Questionable weasels.
He's an
knowledge to warn future civilizations, but much of the knowledge gets suppressed anyway, simply because the more people are aware of exactly where they are in time and exactly what repeating patterns are happening, almost like a cosmic algorithm here on the Earth plane. Whatever paradigm we look at that through, what persists is
hold on. You were saying that as long as people are aware of what's happening, blah, 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 and then you just dropped that thought.
I kind of feel like her eyes are on her AI script right now. You're distracting her.
An AI script would be more coherent.
Would it?
Any AI script I sign off on would definitely be more coherent. However, I have a level of standards that I don't think these people have ever been in the same room with. So
Yeah. I don't know that she understands standards.
Well, she has double standards.
what repeating patterns are happening, almost like a cosmic algorithm here on the Earth plane. Whatever paradigm we look at that through, what persists is the fact that there are these cycles within cycles within cycles. And so if you have that knowledge and others don't, you're able now, by suppressing that knowledge, to control them and even take completely different actions.
I feel attacked. I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to control you.
as somebody,
What? I don't understand what you just said.
she's saying that if you understand the higher level, deepness of the cycles within cycles within cycles, which is all about frequency. And as we know, Tesla once said that if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency.
Is this the bingo square?
Tesla.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man.
And that is why the third of
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the button. That was the wrong. I'm sorry, Tap. That was totally the wrong button.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah. No, see, now you're about to get dropped. Like,
had a particular foot fungus, right? And his foot fungus
oh, for
was
fuck's sake. Like it's doing it on it's doing it on its own. I'm telling you. Like I have no control over this anymore. It keeps. I think you're pissing off the what do you call it? The EV Mux gods.
Yeah.
the only way to treat that foot fungus was by a
That is fascinating. No, I think everybody can hear you. You should go on. Yeah, that'll. Yeah. Oh, I'm totally cool with the dead air. You know what? It's I have other stuff. What do I have? Anything over here? Man, I don't have anything from this screen.
all
What do
right,
I have
hold
on
on.
this screen?
Let me
Well,
draw
no,
the
this
foot
is
fungus,
apropos.
okay?
Yeah,
I
that feels
don't.
right. That feels right.
By the way, there's no foot fungus. I wish there was, but
Behaviors, measures, because of the knowledge that some people have, and then the disparage between that and how the majority
that's not what the word disparage means.
to control them and
Yeah.
even take completely different actions, behaviors, measures, because of the knowledge that some people have, and then the disparage between that and how the majority have that same knowledge suppressed, so they don't have that.
What?
She's looking for the word disparity, not disparage.
Okay.
I gotta say, if somebody does this once or twice in a video, I don't get hung up about it.
We've
right?
given a lot of people a lot of leeway.
Exactly.
But she's
Yeah.
got 36,000 views on this video too. Is
And
there anybody in,
100,000 subscribers, and she's used several words just completely wrong or that aren't words in a way.
I definitely picked up on that when I was
video.
watching this alone. I need to know if the people in the comments, though, I did not look, if the people in the comments are talking about it or not.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh my god.
No. We can. You want to go?
Yeah.
Look at the comments?
Let's go. What are the comments saying?
I
Enjoying this
always-
reset series. Jeez.
Yeah. Always make new brain neurons fire. It feels illegal to watch your teachings for free. Thank you. Enjoying the reset series? It's sad human consciousness is lowered to a certain level that we poison us with food. Okay, well, that might be a
Breath
breath
area
area.
coming out of the.
Okay.
Right? Exactly. It's even more sad compared to what? I don't know. There's no previous clause that you're referring to. That others believe they need toxic drugs to assist them when it only gets one sicker and decreased quality of life. That's got a grammatical mistake there. I'm just saying. Okay. Thank you so much. It was so timely to speak out about this. About what? And put it in context. So done with scarcity consciousness. Joke, pun intended here. I cannot identify the joke or the pun. But that's why we are born at this time. Again, we need an antecedent. An antecedent. Antecedent is not the same word. Antecedent to what you're talking about. We need to know what you're talking about when you say something like this.
Oh, gracious.
Excellent class today, Bodhisattva Sarah. Divine thanks and blessings for your continued service. Yeah, so let's just keep on scrolling for a bit, and then we'll just stop at a random point. And, okay. I can't disagree, things are out of balance, big time lol. Okay, I mean, that I can get behind. Thanks for your knowledge and beautifully scripted message. We're all feeling it, and so many are looking for answers. I will add a quotable note I wrote called The Three Eyes. Imbalance is impossible. Hold on. I can do it again. Wait.
The three eyes. Imbalance is impossible.
The first one is imbalance is impossible, so I'm trying to test it.
No, I think that is the three eyes. Imbalance is impossible.
Yeah.
Because it is. You know, when you think when you have a hard time thinking about that second one.
But you could, you could also you could change it. It could be like the three eyes. Is it impossible? Is imbalance impossible?
It's indubitably improbable.
Oh, this came to them at a crucial learning point.
And a similar one to what? What are we talking about?
I think it's a point.
That the Earth is now based on this. Nothing is ever out of balance. We're simply experiencing it.
Then explain my hormones.
You know what? Like, I don't even think I can balance this brush in my beard, and I'm great at balancing brushes in my beard on the show, Laya. So
is that a play button? What happened to it? Did it disappear?
Well, yeah, but it went way up to the top of the screen.
Yeah, let's find that son of a bitch. Yeah. So, okay, Bree, in answer to your question, no. Nobody's calling her out on shit. They all think she's perfect and wonderful.
Lisai.
And then the disparage between that and how the majority have that same knowledge suppressed, so they don't have that. So when it comes to these 13,000-year cycles, what we can look at and point to for some of the things to look for would be any form of like massive extremes inside the climate. The magnetosphere acts as a plasma membrane that starts deep inside Earth's sub.
Wait, okay.
Acts as a plasma membrane. Insane membrane.
Membrane. Okay.
No. Yeah, so a plasma membrane would be a thin layer that acts on some level in some way, which plasma will.
Does she mean barrier?
Membrane and barrier are that's not the problem. The problem is that the magnetic field is not a plasma. That's the problem.
Oh,
these are two different things.
No, okay, yeah, I'm just, I don't know, like, okay, I'm thinking biology, and I'm just like, I guess, okay, fine. If she wants it to be like a metaphor.
It's not a membrane though. Barrier is is objectively, in my opinion, a better description. Because a membrane implies a very thin,
like a layer or like something like more solid than we're getting.
Membrane is more like a physical, not like
right, yeah.
Or
well, you could I have heard. I don't know that I've heard this in places that are also, sound scientific sources, but I've heard people describe the ozone layer as like a membrane. If you took the entire ozone layer and squished it into one singular layer of gas molecules at the same density as the rest of the atmosphere. You have to choose an altitude. It's about a quarter. It would be about a quarter of an inch thick. They aren't all at that point. They're spread throughout, thousands of feet of the atmosphere, but you could, if you squished it all there, it would do the same job in blocking UV rays, and if you called that a membrane, it would be fine. If is doing a lot of work here. I'm a big fan of the word if, Maya. It's why you hate me so much.
I didn't. She just said is. I didn't hear if.
Because she's.
But the chat needs you to address plasma.
What about it? Plasma is.
Do you donate or?
I don't, probably because I'm.
Okay, no, shut up, God. It wasn't a real question. Okay, she's saying it is a plasma membrane. Would you like to?
It's not a plasma membrane.
Okay, play it and see what she says after that, though, because she's going to talk. It's about it coming from deep in the earth, and I want to know if we're going to get to my reptilian friends down there, and I can finally find my family.
Terranean core, creating a barrier that acts as a firmament between Earth.
A firmament.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
A firmament.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm going to double down on not a membrane. Because she's saying it acts as a firmament, which is, again, we've been through this.
I'm pretty sure she said firmament.
Firmament. She said firmament, not firmament.
Okay, well, a firmament is not a thing.
Correct?
It's a firmament made of
inside.
ferns. What do you?
Yeah. Well, let's just all, because I love how at some level we all clocked that immediately.
Earth's subterranean core.
Remind everybody that a firmament is a thing that is a solid, hammered out dome.
Yeah.
That is most likely metal, and that is not what the magnetosphere is either.
Correct. The magnetosphere is not a dome made out of magneto. Magneto and magneto are both much more appropriate ways of pronouncing the word than firmament is compared to firmament. Okay? Or cataclysmic. Or just
barrier that acts as a firmament between Earth and interstellar conditions. Now, typically,
right?
What we are told causes a reset to happen at the spiritual level. So at the energetics level, what drives these resets to happen cyclically is that civilization.
Wait, what she's saying is that when, so when the poles shift, it causes a spiritual shift in people? Is that what
it causes a reset, I guess.
Reset. Okay.
Right? Or at least that's what we are told. And I gotta say, she's telling us a lot of things right now, and it's dramatically making me lower my overall confidence in accepting a proposition based on just being told it, right?
That's the kind of thing, that you'd expect. Exactly, Jester. It's the kind of thing you'd expect a magnetologist to say. I gotta.
No, I need to find a community that loves me on the internet. Eventually.
Aren't you part of the Flurf community?
I said I need to find one that loves me, Maya.
Boy, we literally have a cult dedicated to you here. It's named after you. Accept the love. Accept the embrace.
Look, sarcasm is our love language.
Fair.
Typically, what we are told causes a reset to happen at the spiritual level. So at the energetics level, what drives these resets to happen cyclically is that civilization has become out of balance with nature. And what that means is that civilization starts to lower its moral and spiritual integrity. It starts to disconnect from its spiritual integrity.
Joke's on you. I never had moral or spiritual integrity to start with. She thinks she's coming at me with that.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
goes out of balance with nature, because any
Well, hold on. You said it's impossible to be out of balance, and I tried to prove you wrong by doing that thing. See, I just
Oh wait,
That
no, that
brushes
was
up
one of
balance.
her. That was one of the guys from the chat. She's saying that you can go out of balance and with nature because of magnets.
Then with
she
your pH
definitely
level?
said it's impossible to go out of balance.
No, wait,
No, that you're right. That was the comment.
there's a commenter.
That was the commenter. You're right.
She is saying she does.
impossible.
Yeah,
You're
no,
right.
it's possible to go out of balance, and she does not want you to. And I'm sure that you cannot go out of balance for the low price of something coming up. It's the in her
There's a
store.
buck or something. Yeah.
Listen, if you give me the low price of $2 million, I'll pretty much do whatever you want that's legal and that Maya would not yell at me for.
time that we
I'd also do a lot of things Maya would yell at me for.
as a civilization are meant to evolve or to be progressive and to be innovative, what happens is that has to match, that has to be in balance, that has to equally match our level of consciousness. And when we're not actually coming from
No.
higher states
But
of consciousness,
fungus is
and in
not
this
on
case
the
that would
bingo
be like
card.
going
Yet.
Well, we don't have the ability, or there's no way to do that fairly either, to add new bingo squares during a game.
I've tried.
It's also there's literally no way to do it fairly.
Yeah, there's
right?
just fairly, unfairly. There's no way to do it.
Oh, we do a lot of things unfairly. Okay, you can just go to anybody else's bingo card and just start unclicking things. People try it.
No, Kip's been
through
complaining enough.
No, he's not.
spiritual awakenings, going through heart-centered consciousness. And
Yeah, see, exactly. Kip is experiencing a bingo drought over a particular set of cards, and I think everybody in the chat should immediately try and make sure that maintains itself.
and tapping in to all of those evolutionary
drought,
abilities and
God.
pathways that come from
He'll get over
Close a few tabs, Kip. It's okay. I think he's like going through bingo withdrawal or something.
She's gonna sell pH sticks. I wouldn't be surprised. Shove up.
it. You want to buy some death sticks?
that space. What ends up happening is that society and civilization at large begins to calcify. And that means that it goes into lower and lower states of consciousness.
That is now the word calcify means.
And then you'll be able to see that. That's not even something that needs to be said.
What?
Society and civilization at large begins to calcify, which means that it goes into lower and lower states of consciousness.
Society?
And you can just see this. It doesn't even need to be said, Maya.
Like your pineal gland calcifies when you don't use your powers. Same thing happens to civilizations as a whole. It's like, are we even watching the same video?
See, I'm glad you're able to say that because I never am willing to say that to Maya because she'll just kick me off and then never invite me back.
I think that she'll always invite you back so she can kick you off again.
That's true.
Oh no, it's fun. I mean, you can just do it as many times as you want. Look,
Oh,
great.
look at that.
Never gets old. Chat,
that
look at the chat. I
cathartic?
love it.
Is it cathartic?
Beautiful.
I know, thank you.
Why is it
and
not?
lower states of consciousness, and then you'll be able to see that. That's not even something that needs to be said. You'll be able to see the clear signs of a degrading and a de-evolving civilization. It's how people behave with one another. It's how
That's
people
de-evolving.
Did she say de-evolving or
did.
devolving?
Oh,
Well,
Well,
those might not be grammatically incorrect. Like one of them is preferred over the other, but they might still both be valid, right? Could be.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. I say devolving though, myself, so
I've
why
heard
add the
both
extra
ways.
syllable?
And
Yeah.
no, yeah, I get it. I know Dapper hates that term, but I hate the way she's using it.
Yeah, correct. Like, but I mean, she's using it better than she used disparage.
Yeah,
de-evolve.
yeah. And I mean, at least she's not making up words anymore. Or,
Right?
well,
Didn't she
Well,
mean
I mean,
disparity
spoke
though?
way too quickly there.
he's not making up words on this
Now.
particular thing, like a frame of YouTube's closed captioning.
Civilization. It's how people behave with one another. It's how people behave if they don't have their own compass within themselves, if they don't have their own spiritual integrity, right? Not just when other people are looking or performative, but if they don't have their own inner code for themselves. And then beyond the individual, what you'll see is at collective levels, it's when civilizations think that it's okay to be so violent and to normalize violence and to see that as powerful when that's the most weakest thing
It's
ever.
not de-evolving, though.
I don't know what we're talking about. Is the problem?
She's gonna get into war
That
here
might
in a
well,
second, which I'm like,
cause a lot.
Yeah, no, society calcified and de-evolved or devolved, whatever. And so that means that people are meaner.
more aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. So when
Okay.
you're in you remember like Jordan, the space Hebrews, like they had space Jews. They
Yeah.
were they had the masculine energy, so they were mean and wanted war, and
Yeah.
men bad. You want to be like the feminine energy because girls good and girls
Yeah.
are nice and demure, and we don't.
Poop.
I don't know. We love, and those are definitely not traits that men should have, which makes girls good.
Good. Just
Also, girls don't
just-
poop.
No,
That's
no,
right.
it's little rainbow makers. That's why everybody wants to fuck our ass all the time.
I'm gonna press play.
And then, which you have, that is the real determining factor of all of those, which this is the factor that is essentially the thing that's being calibrated, that makes civilization go out of balance with nature itself. And that is when the beings themselves,
It doesn't go out of. Oh fuck! I
Right.
don't even know how to start with that.
So
own
the way
spiritual.
I would start with it would be very dishonestly, which I think is a prerequisite.
Oh right, yeah, obviously.
And I would take all of civilization, and then I would take everything else in the physical universe, and I would be like, that means civilization versus what is natural. And it's still not working very well because civilization is also part of the natural world. It is, but I get what they're trying to go for. And then
I don't.
would
I
weigh those
really don't
two.
think you do. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could just be like.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
I mean, I could, just be totally woke with it, and just say, that we have been told that, the more civilized we are, the more, really destructive that we are as creatures. And, we're just we're not working with nature as it is.
We
But
return to Gaia.
right, yeah. And then there's more of the spiritual. So they believe that there's these type 1 through type 5 civilizations, and the higher you get
Is this like that sci-fi scale, or is this a different one?
there's a couple, but I think one of the ones is the one you're thinking of, yeah.
Okay.
Where everything's biological,
How much energy you can capture. The Cartescott
but it's also
scale.
working with nature. So you're not destroying nature to create. You're
Yeah.
you remember I don't know. I don't want to watch a bunch of movies, but in Independence Day with Will Smith, they had there was a suit, and then they cut the suit, and then the actual it being was in the was inside of it.
Yeah.
But the suit was also biological material, so that would be a higher civilization because they're not being destructive, they're working with nature, as opposed to us, where we have to destroy things to create. So having not watched her whole channel, knowing what side of this she's on, there's a bunch of different ways that a bunch of different New Agers think that we are not working with nature. But all of it has. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had a breakthrough just now when you
Sure.
described that. Okay, so I have known one person in my life who is very clearly a savant. Okay.
Well, thank
and that
you.
was
I appreciate that.
not you. It was my freshman year roommate in college, and he didn't recognize my face. I had to wear my bright rainbow hat. But the thing what I'm understanding is he was advancing to that next stage of technological competence because he always wore every day, even in the middle of summer in Appleton, Wisconsin, when it's 95 degrees and 100% humidity, his winter coat, and it was growing mildew.
Look, swamp ass and nut fog is not the next stage of civilization.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it was growing a biological
Like a
ecosystem
sloth.
around his body. It was. The
I
man
do
was
call that
genius.
symbiosis, but maybe not the next stage of civilization evolution, but maybe a symbiotic relationship.
Every part of that story is real. That person,
I believe you.
like somebody.
I think your friend just had hygiene issues.
They were. I tried to be friends with them. It didn't work. But yes, we'll move on.
They opt out of their own spiritual sovereignty, and they put all of the authority, all of the creative agency, all of the ability for power, and that even means being able to change things, everything, when they outsource that to parasitic institutions that literally run off of human suffering and human enslavement.
I feel like she's talking about my government.
I feel like she's talking about capitalism.
I mean, yeah, tomato.
Okay, fair, but if you talk about actually turning direct human suffering into literal power, then there's actually a very good cultural reference for this. And that is the original model of Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. started,
Oh,
right? They started by
yeah.
going into the kids and causing nightmares
Yeah.
and then turning that directly into like power juice that powered, their electricity. And then they turned into laughter because, it's a wholesome video. But
I kind of
that's where I went with it. You guys went to like actual critiques of society, which is way less like just, funny.
I don't, yeah, well, okay, yeah, certainly more dystopian, but like,
Yeah.
have you gone
Also
outside?
true. Also true. Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like, damn.
I don't think she's talking about Monsters, Inc., but I love you for trying.
I don't think she's talking about anything, Maya.
Bree?
I mean, she seems to be spinning her own narrative about how society is collapsed by external forces as opposed to putting the actual forces at play under a microscope and examining the failures of our society and of us as a species.
Word.
Sorry to make it bleak. It's funny to
if
say,
a
the
whole-
stars didn't align, or that there was this mystical cycle that controls everything. It's just more fun to say that than to say, you know what? People are greedy monsters who will sell their own children for the right price and shit like that.
You're not wrong.
It's my main source of income.
Yeah.
System is
We
only
don't
intact
talk about the baby eating online. Save it for the what's coming up next?
That's my main,
Equinox.
that's my main source of nutrition, Maya.
only be
Fair.
ran through war and through all forms of parasitic suffering. That is
War.
a highly unnatural system. We've been told that this is normal. We've been programmed to actually look up and revere it and look at it as heroic. And it's absolutely
Pause for a second. Unfortunately, war has been part of our DNA for a lot longer than we've been humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our closest relatives go to war. They just like
Yeah.
to do tribal wars that chimpanzees and bonobos do. So now it predates us as a society.
Yep.
Yeah, as a
It's always
species,
been
yeah,
there.
it's pretty almost innate. Honestly,
Yeah, I would say innate to our species. I
Yeah.
would say that's for sure. Yeah.
parasitic, and that's the number one thing that a person who goes through a spiritual awakening that's genuine a genuine awakening realizes. It comes off like one veil. It's no big deal. There's no attachment to it. So the stronger we keep those attachments, we're kind of in a giant illusion of spiritual awakening, and we're keeping ourselves from the truth. We're bypassing the truth for whatever else that we think a spiritual awakening is in order to avoid this.
I love when they do this, where it's just like, we're bypassing the truth. We need to wake up. And it's just like, it's kind of like, it was a couple of years ago when you and I think when we did our first spirit science show, Bree, and we were like, oh my God, Jordan, you're right there. You're right there. It's not the Jews. God damn it.
Spirits. I covered spirit science yesterday.
Yeah, I saw.
Not even joking. And that's one of the things that me and Maya would always do is pull up one of those videos. Jordan will take you right to the edge of making sense, and then it's the Jews.
It's one of the reasons I think he's dishonest. But I don't know that for sure. He may not be. He may be honest and he's just incompetent.
I'm not. I don't doubt that he's drinking his own Kool-Aid, but I think he. I can't say that he's 100% honest. I think he's doing a lot of.
But yeah, yeah.
He's playing to his base, that's for sure.
Well, like, am I 100% honest? I'm like 99% honest, but
I don't think that you say anything just because the chat wants to hear it.
That depends on how you interpret. Oh, never mind.
However, that
I don't think that you will lie.
Correct.
Unless it's like funny.
Correct.
And they know that you're.
Yeah. For the record, magnets are not actually demons, people.
Whoa! He doesn't.
I need evidence.
They are definitely demons.
Definitely demons. Yeah, he hates them.
Don't say like crazy stuff like that without any evidence.
I know.
The defining
factor
factor.
that they're not demons, Tap.
Yeah, if you're gonna go against the consensus, we need.
Yeah, I'm gonna need evidence. I'm gonna need you to find me a demon, and he's gonna have to say, "No, I don't like. We don't claim magnets."
Mm-hmm. I don't know. He's on the floor now.
All right, so
What's a
these
magnet?
little motherfuckers, right?
Okay.
Those
These
magnets.
motherfuckers. Yeah, they're magnets, okay?
Okay.
And
All right, now find me a demon.
they're right here. I don't know what you want from me. They show up. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of them.
I do see that. Yeah.
Are you guys sending magnets to the weasel? You got to be honest in the chat. Come on. Have you been sending him magnets?
See, I can make them stand by just having one on the other side and doing that. So they're definitely little demon discs. That's what they are, little demon discs.
No, yeah.
Stick
No,
one
we
to
agree.
stick one to the plate in your head. I don't even believe you.
Huh?
She said the play button. She's
the
talking
play
about
Of
the
us
play button.
actually raising our frequency and even being a match to a new earth and to a new age.
This was the part you were talking about, Maya. Earlier when you were saying, I was like, Maya, she says a lot of words wrong, and your response was, oh, you mean how she mispronounces the word bullshit like frequency. And that's what she did, because she right?
Yeah,
Our
he was like,
becomes the defining factors of us actually raising our frequency
AKA bullshit.
and even being a match to a new earth and to a new age.
A new bullshit age. I mean, it's all coming together.
oh yeah,
New
yeah.
age.
It is. So, I believe what happened is that there's a lot of people in the spiritual community that are former Christians, and they're trying to make the Bible make sense to them with their new Eastern philosophy, and and also physics, or whatever. It all has to meld together, right? And so what they've decided is that there is going to be a new heaven and a new earth. and you have to raise your vibrations to the higher frequency to be able to see it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, listen to me. You have to meld the Bible with Eastern philosophy and quantum mechanics. So, like, you have to get all that going together.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
follow all that. I'm
yeah, right.
following that. So
Okay, cool.
I gotta meld
Now,
the Bible
uh-huh,
with quantum mechanics.
uh-huh.
That doesn't make any sense.
Then, but wait, that's not all you have to do though. Then you have to sprinkle in all the historically verified cultural stuff that we have attached to that as well, because that's all gonna correlate like the other cultures having flood myths. We gotta link that all in there together, plug it all in. It's all gonna be cohesive.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, now when you get all that, now you have to raise your vibration to match the frequency of the new Earth.
When you say get all that, I don't get all that.
I don't know. She's saying it right here. I don't know if are you watching the same video?
I most definitely am. Yes.
I mean, she's laying it all out. I don't know. You're just not smelling what she's cooking.
That's probably for the best.
And so when it comes to resets at a spiritual level, that's the driving force that we are told. I'm just sharing what we're told. It's when the scale.
Well, I mean, if it's what we're told,
I mean,
right?
it is, yeah.
Have you ever heard
it is known
defeating argument from somebody who's complaining about what, like, the mainstream?
Oh my God! Did you just have an aneurysm?
A little bit, but what if her justification for the whole spiel she just gave is that's what we're told? Do you know how often that's my justification for, like, the science that I talk about? Basically never, unless it's a specific high-level result from a field that I'm not familiar with. Most of the time, I'm able to reduce it to, a collection of sort of foundational knowledge that is not because I was told. I've tested those things.
I mean, yeah. Maybe she's like, she can prove this on the Mayan calendar. You don't know.
I don't know, but I would bet a lot of money on my preferred position.
Of nature go out of balance, and human consciousness as well as our spiritual integrity, those are the two things. Human consciousness and spiritual integrity do not continue to increase. In fact, they go the opposite direction, and you see complete devolving. Now, I'm going to challenge this paradigm that
what that word means.
Right?
I mean,
they devolve. They're at an evolved state, and then they
devolve to a prior state.
I guess, but I don't know how they do that.
Aggressive state.
Oh, aggressive state, yeah, because aggressive is man, and men are devolved. It is known.
So hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem.
So you just need to evolve to a woman.
Yeah.
The problem is, I feel like evolve is evolution is like a change in allele frequency over time in a population, right? Like, and the population, if we're going to apply population level 1, then we're already giving them an opening that we don't want to give them because it's fundamentally unsound for the kind of emergent.
You're supposed to evolve to a more feminine state,
dude, and it's like you didn't even listen to what Patrick Stewart said at the beginning of X-Men. Every few generations, it leaps forward. So it's like, boom, you have,
being a bad nerd.
Yeah, and just that. Who are he?
I feel like I'm trapped here somehow.
You gotta mutate.
Well, that I'm gonna be trimming my beard once I find the power cord for my. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just set up here, because for this to make sense, we would have to.
Do you have a pen and paper?
But the way she finishes the sentence, I do agree.
for this to make sense, we would have to have known something different.
You're damn right we would have. For this to make sense, we would have to just know something different. The antecedent of the word "this" for us and for her are two different things, but still.
And there's no time that I've seen people like totally in spiritual integrity, to be quite honest with you, that think of others that actually are making really positive conscious shifts from parasitic institutions and all of those different features. As a matter of fact, what you'll see is the complete
conscious shifts from parasitic institutions.
And all those different features.
Okay. Bree, would you like to steel man this?
Parasitic institutions.
We have to make conscious shifts from parasitic
I really get
institutions.
I really get the idea that she has this noble, savage idea of like what humans should do, like we should go back and live in the wilderness, because all in infrastructure, actually using the word correctly here, is negatively impacting our good vibes with society. But yeah, she keeps appealing to civilization, so those two ideas are sort of antipodal to each other, but I mean, I'm willing to give her the benefit of she's talking about living like what you were saying about an organic civilization that uses organic material being different, but we're not in a place where we can even fantasize about that.
I mean, you're a Guyanist, right? Is that kind of like a...
I can fantasize an awful lot.
Yeah, but it's not. There is an idea there that we're all connected with the organisms that exist on Earth. They're all connected together as a network of a superorganism that would be Gaia, that interacts with different portions of the organism through chemical signaling and stuff. And the idea that that civilization and human society being separated from that is built into that. As we detached ourselves from nature and from feeling as part of that greater system. And maybe there should be a push to get back to that. But the idea that we should abandon civilization and just run off into the daisy fields is kind of silly. But and people will appropriate this in like a new age light. And I'm not a new age person at all. And
that's why it was trying to just lend a different perspective. I mean, there's so many different, I've heard so many different people express what this would look like, from using crystal power to generate energy to a city, from just more
I like everybody lives in the giant tree and gets the energy from the trees like an avatar. From the magnetic, they draw from the Earth's energy, magnetic pole. Honestly, there are a lot of sources of energy that would have seemed mystical a long time ago, like nuclear energy. What do you mean you're getting energy from rocks? But here we are.
I mean, getting energy from rocks is basically yelling at sand until you make it think is how computers work, right?
Yeah.
For a very loose definition of yelling.
Yeah. Going through those motions, at least. You're doing magic, basically. Your ancestors would have thought you were a wizard.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah. Especially that beard. That's a wizard beard.
It is, though, yeah. I was looking at your beard. Did you cut it? Yeah. It looks so much longer last night when you were on Dapper Street.
It's because that it did that because I focused it into the it naturally goes into two lobes, and I did all that, but no, I need to. It doesn't. I'm flaring it out because I need to trim it. And
I have
to find, before I, take a picture and put it on LinkedIn. I should probably not have this.
You can have the play button. It's all right.
from parasitic institutions and all of those different features. As a matter of fact, what you'll see is the complete opposite. If you're just looking, if you're just observing and you're not being told that this is the story or this is why resets are happening or any of that, if you're just examining with your own eyes what takes place, what you'll see is that usually civilizations act very unconscious, literally in every way possible. We have been told that there is this good old days, and that's the largest lie. That's a lie.
Oh, that's based.
I mean, that's propaganda. The good old days. It always has been.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, if you have a government that's appealing to, the good old days, it's more than likely a mythological past that,
And that will be your conservative party that appeals to the good old days by definition.
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, no, she's on point here. I mean,
She says some things that
this
are
sentence she's on point. This sentence.
broke
Right.
clock, right, twice a day.
Hey, and are you okay?
I'm doing great. I'm listening to you.
Are you beard sculpting?
I am.
Beard maxing.
I want
Where
can
you
you
would
do like
have-
4 points instead of 2?
I can try.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
To
no.
actually,
push
you
play
have to be
first.
functionally blind in order to be have that be romanticized, in order for us to have that emotion filled with us, like, oh my God, there was a good old days. We need to make it great again. You would literally have to be
Oh,
functionally
she's a
blind.
Trump hater. I love it. Okay, all right.
That's worked out so far.
Great.
No,
Make it
yeah,
great
okay.
again.
I'll give her. I'll go lighter on her, just because I don't know. It's been a rough
But we
week.
need to talk about her vocabulary a little bit. Like, there's words that she can use that I know she does know. She doesn't have to say she can say cataclysm. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, and it's a firmament, which again does not exist. But I mean, you could at least describe it correctly.
It was a scientific hypothesis, though.
Absolutely. I mean, the firmament was. The firmament. I don't know. I'm with Tommy. I think she's talking about mince-made from ferns.
Yeah, the firmament.
That's the most.
Fair.
If that
Yeah,
doesn't
could be.
exist, we should definitely market it.
Oh my God, we actually could probably if they tasted like decent, they probably would sell really well.
Like,
I could braid 4 different braids in my beard and be the mascot. Look
Yeah,
at
great
Maya's
idea.
face. Look at how sad she is that this is who she co-hosts with.
Kip, the firmament is not in the Bible. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he can't spell.
Because good old days for who? And I'm being very serious. Who was benefiting from that?
Rich white men.
It was
for
more
the
like-
win.
Yeah, exactly.
What we see actually happen with the trajectory of things is that even though things fall apart massively before reset, and there is a lot of devolving activity that you see people, you see
I
war.
think I missed the video. Like I didn't see a devolution video. I don't know. She's using this a lot. Like people understand what it is.
de-evolution. Well, it says devolution there.
Yeah,
what,
she
what
said
processes are we
de-evolving
going?
once, but then every other time she says devolving.
What sort of processes are we going through that we're de-evolving? I'm sort of interested.
Going back to the pre-cataclysm.
Are we returning to
Times.
monkey or?
Where there's no clit orgasms anymore. It's before that.
Oh, and before orgasms? I don't want to go back. Why would we go back to that?
I don't know. She's saying
Some
this
days
gonna
those are
happen.
all I live for. I'm just saying.
All right, well, gonna press play.
Increasing constantly at a constant rate, and you see that level of aggression on the rise always. But what you'll also see at the same time is this crazy paradox where the highest levels of consciousness start coming into play. People start awakening at a
At a mass level. Okay. Wait, is this before or after the clit orgasm?
Clitgasm.
Clit, and then people started awakening at a mass level. Well, okay, yeah, I could. Yeah, I mean, I hear you
Indigo
more
children.
clear-headed after an orgasm
Clit orgasm.
at a mass level like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
badass.
After your clitogasmic
Yeah,
shift.
for the clitorgasmic shift. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
mass
Then you're-
awakenings.
Yeah.
Mass level. And so what you'll end up noticing is that it goes from slavery, actually, into more spiritual sovereignty, and not the opposite way around. I don't
like it's not a bad, like it's not a horrible thing. It's just like, oh, there's slavery where everybody was asleep. Like if only that was slavery. God damn it.
Yeah, that's not what slavery.
I really,
Right.
yeah, I just, I know I've been on a soapbox more than normal this stream, but I really have to denounce the downgrading of how bad slavery actually was, just because like the right wing is like really all about that
Yeah,
these days.
wild.
And it's just like, you know what? You being under an oppressive government is not slavery. You having to go to work every day at a job you hate is not slavery. You know, being married to the wrong person, you're getting closer, but yet, not slavery. Like, holy shit. Like, we're talking about
Libertarians will tell you paying taxes is slavery.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
but
really
loss of your personal autonomy is slavery.
yeah, but not if you're treated nice.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
perceive things as going from, wow, people were so free, they were so aligned with nature, they were so in their spiritual integrity, and then we devolved, and then society collapsed because we devolved. I wish it were.
I don't know what this means. I don't know how she's using this word.
Yes, this is my problem. I have experienced that more with her in this video than any other video that we've covered over like the last year, in the sense that like they're out of nowhere, these words that just are used completely wrong. Like Roger, he just doesn't know what he's talking about ever at all, so
I think she's using devolve and collapse, like almost like collapse because we devolved. It's just like
she's talking about deterioration and how it deteriorates worse.
the only thing I can think of when she's talking about is like these people who idealize the Roman Empire, and they're like, oh, and it collapsed, we devolved as a race, as a species, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if she said deteriorate, that, I mean, I could at least follow her. But I mean, it's kind of like what you're saying. Like, that's what I'm getting, Brie. It's just like, okay, the Roman Empire collapsed and people devolved. The society didn't even really deteriorate. Like when you're, I don't know. I think there's like this conception that when societies collapses, it affects people like us, and that's traditionally not what happens. Usually, it's the higher ups that get replaced, and like life is really bad for those fucks. Like I'm not gonna lie about that. But traditionally, the shit that happens on the ground level, it's just like, well, you know.
Like
I paid my
the 1% are the ones that suffer.
Yeah, I paid my taxes to these motherfuckers, and I paid my taxes to those. That's generally what happens on the ground level. I get that it's been happening a little bit differently since society is structured a little differently now, but like she makes it sound like, okay, well, society's collapsing, like buildings are just falling apart, and roads are coming, tearing out of the ground, and like it's just raining fire.
I mean, to be honest, like the Colosseum's been sitting there for 2,000 years and nobody's fixed it up. Okay, it's clearly a cancer on society.
But live in real time though. Society's. I mean, we could say the American society's collapsing right now. Look at the Rust Belt. Look at all the old factories and everything across the Midwest. Mm-hmm. You could say society's collapsing now, but in real time, it's not it's not as dramatic as like they make it out to be and they do that for a reason, because you're making a movie about the fall of Rome, you got to make it look like it's a big boom, everything's up in flames. But even the fall of Rome took decades, if not
Yeah, it's got
centuries.
centuries, yeah.
Yeah.
That simple. Instead, I see, wow, people were really enslaved. We kind of normalized slavery on every level possible. In every
Did you though?
I made my point.
context possible, humans thought it was okay to enslave one another and to extort and exploit one another. And what you'll see is that then that kind of starts coming into the light of our collective awareness.
I mean, it sounds like it's leaving the light of our collective awareness based on how you seem to comprehend these issues.
What does she think happened in the past? We had slavery for centuries, what, like a millennia. Like, oh yeah, we just, one day somebody woke up and then slavery was over. But the fuck? Okay.
Well, and like I mentioned about war, slavery's pretty much goes back as far as that, when you'd kidnap members of the warring tribe you were warring against, or when chimpanzees take the young of another troop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's and you press them and work them to death or whatever. But it's again something that's horribly ingrained in us and is not like part of this spiritual imbalance or whatever the hell she's trying to paint it as. It's part of how disgusting humans are.
Yeah.
I sound like a misanthrope now.
And as those
I'm a little
shadows
bit of a
start
misanthrope.
becoming exposed through the light of our collective awareness, then that's when not only does those karmic reflections start to be burning out, but also that's when things start going into like a higher state of consciousness, because we're now calling out. We're now able to identify better the real distortions, the real issues.
That's like so many sentences that seem like they should have content that had no content.
You want a source, Jack? My sources are made the fuck up.
I just really want to know why she believes this.
I can't
Graham
tell what she
Hancock.
believes.
Graham Hancock.
Does he believe that, like,
He's the one that like pushes
collapsed
this.
and then okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he pushes the whole 13,000-year younger dryads, dryas collapse of ancient civilizations, that there were before 13,000 years ago there were advanced civilizations and they got wiped out in a cataclysm, and then the New Agers are like, heck yeah, we like that, let's run with that, and so they add that to their mythology, and then here we are.
Yeah, the younger dryas was a cataclysm, therefore they all happened. Just like
Right.
clockwork. And, I can just point to this one, and that means they all did.
A
Okay.
sample size of one does not a trend line make.
But Graham Hancock
Graham.
Graham Hancock says differently.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta
he's-
listen to the...
He's rather cocksure.
Milo does good on taking down Graham Hancock
He
from the
does.
Yeah.
which is
Milo
good
does
because
amazing. Yeah.
Somebody needs to be.
every time I've ever tried to cover anything from his History Channel stuff, it always gets me
Yeah.
bumped.
Yeah.
There's
I
aliens,
like Flint Dibble when he was on Joe Rogan's show with Graham Hancock. Really handed him his ass. I mean, I thought he was going to cry. It was beautiful.
That's actually how I discovered Dibble, and I started
Same.
following him after that. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this guy's awesome. And
Right?
his people still harass Dibble to this day. If you go into like one of his side chats when he's streaming live,
Mm-hmm.
the Hancock trolls will be there in full force.
Oh, that's awesome. And sometimes you just got to say, cry harder, bitches.
Right? I don't know if I know Dibble.
Flint Dibble.
This might be like a weird blank that I'm having right now, or I may just legitimately not know. I don't know. Like one of the two. But
He's an
look at my beard.
archaeologist, right?
It's got four.
Yeah. I think he's I'm not sure what area he specializes in, but he studies some level of ancient civilization. Let's look him up.
I was watching one of his videos last night. He did oh my God, drugs in ancient Rome or something. I was watching. I forgot what his last
Ancient
name.
Greece is his
Greek.
specialty. Yeah.
Okay,
Which makes
Greece,
sense.
Greece.
A lot of those ancient, at least the Christian texts were translated into Greek. Most of the copies we still have, a lot of the books are in Greek still, I believe. But Kip would know more about that than I would.
Yeah, I think Kip said he was trying to get Dibble on his show for some reason. Or like, oh no, he knows a guy who knows Dibble, so I think, I think he's trying to. I don't know. He's working on a
He
thing.
wants to dabble in some dipple.
Indeed.
I mean, that sounds a little bit debilitating.
Yeah.
Um,
Davis dabbles and dibble. That's
I'll
the
see
name of the
myself out.
stream right there.
Bree, who are you? Where are you? What do you have coming up this week?
Hi, yeah. This week, right now, I don't have anything planned specifically. I do have my Saturday show every week. So 6 days from now, 9:30 a.m. Mountain or Central Time, 8:30 Mountain Time, and 7:30 Pacific. It's like Saturday morning cartoons for adults. We make fun of Bigfoot videos, whatever's going on, and then we'll have some topics that we cover. We'll watch some videos. It's a fun time. Come hang out. I'm super close to my 1,500 subscribers, so hopefully I get there before too late.
How far are you away from 15?
Like 12. Right, but it keeps going up and down. It was 9, and then
It goes up and down, yeah.
When certain things happen and people tag me in certain things and whatnot, I lose subscribers because of the stuff that's said, and it's unfortunate because most of it's crazy shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I've been growing pretty steadily this year, despite bitches being mad at me because I won't break the trust of a friend, and I'm just, again, it's more of the cry harder bitches kind of deal. I think that if I'm actually insanely proud of the community. NanaCon is going to be next week, and there's been a Streisand effect that has made that grow. Like they're almost, if they're not sold out, then they're really close. And very proud of the community for banding together and sticking together and making sure that that's going to come off, and that people are going to be able to meet each other and ensure that they're going to be safe while they're there. I know that there were things that happened last year that you've been kind of dragged into, even though you weren't a part of. I was supporting you while you were, supporting other people through it. And, I'll say all day long, Bree did nothing wrong. Bree lives with her whole heart. If you think that somebody not breaking the trust of a friend because you think they should, that's a you problem. It's not a them problem. Bree is an amazing friend, and we've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah,
we've been through a lot of shit.
This is just the most recent wave. It always bounces back. Anja reminded me I have another channel that I do my makeup, my drag, and my music, and my comedy, and all that stuff on. Red Flags, REDD_FLAGGS. Go check that out too. Most recently, I think I was in my White Queen makeup tutorial, so it's on there.
That was cool.
And yeah.
Now, I was just gonna say we've been through a lot of shit, and in the past 5 years or so, you were there when I was going through my divorce, and because I think we started proceedings around the same time, and and I mean it's just been one thing after another. But I was
actually lucky enough to get to meet Maya in person in St. Louis, and we did have fun. We had fun with the City Museum and stuff. walked around downtown a little bit. It was we go way back. We've been through schisms with who we're friends with and who we're running around with quite a bit, but we've kind of always stuck by each other. So
Yeah, there's been kind of a few times when you tried to push me out, and I was just like, no, Stain, I love you. You will be loved. Stop doing that, by the way.
yeah,
I'm going to try to see you next month. Vandy's coming with me. I'm going to make Vandy come with me. Vandy, are you going to come with me to see Bree next month?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I
got you. You're on the internet. You're on the internet.
This is okay. I am going to try. It is my intention to try. Absolutely.
and I will be performing at a live variety show the weekend you guys are down here. So come see me perform.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're in the area, come see me perform too. The more people pay money at the door, the more money I make. And you can also stick money down my top, because I'll be shaking my boobies for you too. I'm doing some comedy, some drag. It's gonna be fun stuff.
So do you perform, is it once a month or is it?
Well, there's different events and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Different organizations that put them on. There's like a network of drag queens out here that kind of keep people abreast of what's going on.
Well, that's awesome.
Abreast of what's going on.
And so if people want to know, like when you're going to be performing, like how do they?
On the Red Flags channel. I'll
Okay.
keep you updated on that. That's going to have dates and locations and stuff like that too when it comes up. And I'll do my where I get ready and put my makeup on live usually over there. So and I talk about what the night's plan is too. So yeah, there will be updates. There'll be flyers and banners, and I'll probably share them on my main channel too. I'm not making it a secret of where I'm at. If somebody wants to come after me, don't come after me.
We'll fight them. No, they got it. Look, no, I'm Mama Bear. Like, nobody gets to you but through me.
I appreciate you having me on. It's been a minute, so
you helped me open up Women's Month, so that was about 4 months, 3-4 months ago. Yeah,
that's on my average visit is every 3 or 4 months. We update.
Yeah, still more than most. I think most people are 1 to 2 times a year, so I do appreciate you coming out. Definitely. Vandy, do you have anything happening? God. Do you have anything coming up?
No.
Hey, yours are kind of impromptu, though, right? I thought you were going to be on Nitty's channel last night, and then you ended up being on Dapper's.
Yeah, well, I don't think I was ever supposed to be on Nitty's, as far as I know.
I thought you and Nitty were going to do a thing, but okay, that didn't happen. You were at Dapper's. Did you want to tell people
I was at
about
Dapper's.
the thing you did?
Yeah, so Dapper exposed me to more Roger. And this time, he had control of the play button. It's very interesting, like, having Roger inflicted upon you compared to Roger being inflicted upon yourself by yourself. And, yeah, so Roger's really bad at physics, you guys.
You don't say.
Yeah,
No,
but
that
we're
was-
not done with the video. And Dapper, unlike us,
Are you still not
Dapper-
done with? Oh my God.
No, we're very, very imperceptibly less than halfway through.
Wow.
Yeah, which means that when you account for the normal outro that Roger definitely doesn't have, so it's not relevant. We're less than halfway through.
Wow. Okay.
I need 8 subscribers now. 8 subscribers.
Eight.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, find 8 of your friends. Go high side. Sub.
Bree,
No, that is crazy. So I watched, I think, the first half of the show, but I was working and then I got busy and I had to go. But like, wow, that's crazy. I did notice more than a few times you were talking and he was just like, play. And I was like, oh my God.
I mean, it was. I honestly didn't think it was. He did that particularly bad. Like bluntly, I thought he did it pretty well. But maybe you were looking for. All right, yeah. Somebody else also cannot stand being on a stream with the weasel.
Oh,
Well,
for $2, for sure it says tap camel or llama or
Llama. Or alpaca. I mean, I guess alpaca. Like my. So this is my most prized possession.
your room is a mess. God.
Don't worry about these things, okay? This is my most prized possession, and this is alpaca. This is alpaca wool.
his room's been a mess the entire time he's been doing this show, Maya. I don't know.
It hasn't been that bad. Like, this is kind of uniquely bad.
You look so adorable in that hat, though.
You
sweeties.
do.
Did it come from the Andes? It looks like what they wear in the Andes. Yeah.
Exactly. This is I bought this on an island on Lake Titicaca.
Excuse
I wonder
me,
if they're
are y'all
asking
with
if
the
that's
cult?
You're underwater, Maya.
Oh, please continue to enjoy your typical weasels, your nitties, and vaginas. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I think they were asking about what's sitting on your headboard, whether that's a llama or a camel.
Oh, that is a camel. That is a camel.
It's a camel.
Yes.
No,
Very
your room
good.
is uniquely bad today. I don't know how I missed that. But
Normally I have this tilted up a little higher.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I didn't do it high enough.
No, yeah, well, the hat looks great on you. That's what's important. All right.
Very stylish.
Very stylish. Very stylish. All right, everybody, make sure you hit the like button.
Come subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe to Brie. Yeah. She's got, her boobs are growing. So, yeah, it's boobalicious.
They're only going to get bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
This dog heard me laugh and it wants to come in here and see what I'm laughing.
Oh, the dog. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Sorry. I love you guys. We'll be back next week with doing something with somebody. And if you're going to NanoCon, drive safe, have fun.
Stay cool.
And yes, it's
People
hot
forget how
outside.
humid and hot Tennessee is.
Humid. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of what happens at the ARC protest too, because it's in the summer and people forget how humid it is. So stay cool when you go out to these events.
Hydrate. Yeah. Did my chats are some of my chats getting deleted? I don't think so, Marin. I'll go back and look, but I don't think so. Hey, wait, okay. Am I missing anything from Marin?
No, not that I'm aware of, but
I see his Pompeii video is awesome. Archaeologist, y'all. J.L. Warren is going to be on my show on Tuesday. 45 bingos. NanoCon is going to be lit. Dr. Kip Davis, why are you like this? I don't see that was answered.
fair.
Yeah, fair. All right, yes. All right. Thanks for coming by, everybody. We'll be back next week. Stay safe, stay hydrated. And remember, fuck ICE, abolish and prosecute.